What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite shit talking squirrel, back for another YouTube video. So we got just an absolutely charming Middleton clip here. Where there's a drunk driver and he tells just like, we'll just watch it. It's great.
Life is good. Just busy.
That's why our summers just go by so fast. 'Cause
Yeah,
we do
just
so much.
17 weekends. Michigan needs about 40 summer weekends. Good morning, everyone. We've logged on. We're going to shut the chat off here in a moment. Today is the 7th of July. It's a Friday. It's our first Friday of the month of pretrials. We have less maybe than usual. Some of the attorneys are on vacation. We had trouble selling this day. So it's not so super of a super Friday, but we do have a few cases that we're ready to address. And then we've got a busy landlord-tenant docket this afternoon. So good morning, everyone. And let's get going. Good evening in Australia. My son went for a term to the University of New South Wales.
Yeah.
And lived on Coogee Street in Sydney.
Nice.
We were going to go visit. We never did. We lost out. All right, let's turn the record on. We are ready to go. Luke Knopfinger, his cases were first up this morning. He's been ready for a while. I apologize. He also had some clients that we haven't heard from yet, so we'll see what we can figure out regarding that. First matter we're going to address is People versus Ryan Scott Sharp. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sharp, you got arrested on May 1st for operating while intoxicated. The problem with these pretrials is they don't always get them into my queue. So I have to do a separate search. But he did it. There it is. Thank you, Luke. The ticket says, well, they actually have a formal complaint that in the city of Three Rivers, you were operating with a high blood alcohol level. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by a fine of up to $700, up to 180 days in jail, up to 360 hours of community service, carries 6 points and a suspension of your license. The prosecutor has made the generous offer of dismissing that charge for a plea to a lesser charge of impaired driving. Impaired driving is better because it carries a fine of up to $300. 4 points rather than 6. But most importantly, it does not require the suspension of your driving privileges. Now, if you do enter this plea, and Ms. Bingaman, I won't be doing your sentence today. I'll be setting it for sentencing on another day. But are you going to plead to the lesser charge of impaired driving?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bingaman and anybody else who's here, this also applies to you. To understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury. There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Nossinger is appointed to represent you. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wished. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. You'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. And you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. So I don't know much at all about this. There's no ticket. There's just the complaint. So let's take a look. Other than this reduction of the charge, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
No,
or threaten you?
no, sir.
All right. You were operating a vehicle in Three Rivers on 4th Street.
I believe so. Yeah.
How'd you happen to be on 4th Street? Doesn't really go anywhere.
I was on my way back from getting something to eat.
All right. Were you living in White Pigeon? So you were gonna go, where did you go to get something to eat?
Was heading to Taco Bell, but there's nothing to eat in White Pigeon.
Okay. Well, I joke about this often. Many of our drunk driving cases are late night runs at Taco Bell.
Last time I was here, you made that.
Yes, I
that
did.
joke. Yeah.
But it's not a joke. I mean, it's common, but it's a long way. So which way did you come up? Centerville, or,
I don't recall. I probably back road. So
geez, what was your blood alcohol?
I don't recall.
Luke, can you help me?
It was a 0.19, Judge.
All right. What do you do, Mr. Sharp? What's your occupation?
Diesel technician.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. You're probably quite in demand. All right. Well, let's find a date that we can. Problem is when you're drunk, you don't have good judgment. It's like, I'm hungry. I can. Plus, I don't even know where you were to get from White Pigeon to Taco Bell. I guess if you came up Constantine Street, which starts out as Kalamazoo Street, comes out at the intersection of Constantine and Broadway. And then you turn right. I guess you could end up on 4th Street, but I'll find out more when I see the actual report. I used to sneak the back way to White Pigeon. I knew 2 sisters in White Pigeon, and my friend, we weren't old enough to drive, so he would sneak the back way on his brother's motorcycle. We would go down Constantine Road to get there. It's only about 100 years ago.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Hopefully, I was a.
He was telling them, so if I just.
Hopefully the statute of limitations is passed, but that's a back way to get there. I was I was I would have been 15 years old. That doesn't sound right. I was older than that. But memory gets foggy. Let's see what we got for a hearing date, Luke. How are you for Wednesday, August 9th at 11?
Yes, I think I have another one set at that day and time. That'll work.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sharp, I want you to take this out to the counter. I'll give you some more information about when to come in for your pre-sentence interview, and we'll do the sentence that morning. You good to go?
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Not the most riveting of clips, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to showcase a young Judge Middleton cruising on his Harley in the back roads of what was it, White Pigeon or Young Pigeon? By the way, quick public service announcement before we go. Don't drive drunk. Only assholes would do something like endanger the lives, innocent lives, by, operating a 1-ton death machine when you're fucking, 3 sheets to the wind. You might as well just, pull out a submachine gun and just start, blasting off rounds while walking around in a circle. It's a joke, but, the two really aren't that far apart in lethal irresponsibility. The number of people that died in drunk driving accidents last year aren't too far removed from accidental weapon discharges in America. So just, get an Uber or, wait till the next day to enjoy Taco Bell. I promise it tastes just as good sober as it does drunk. Okay, that's a lie, but even so, no matter. I don't care how delicious those cheesy gordita crunches are. They aren't worth the life that you could possibly take in pursuit of them while operating a vehicle while intoxicated. So don't be a fucking asshole. Just eat your gordita crunches the next day, okay? Anyways, yeah. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Thanks so much for watching. And, yeah, we'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye now.